Hey, this is Chris at Rekkid Talk. So I'm going to start. This is sort of an experiment. I'm going to start with a little bit of filming while I dig for records. We're going to call this Watch Me Buy Old Records. So the first episode, I've got a very rudimentary hand camera and very little skills at doing this. And it feels a little bit awkward filming when you're inside a store. So my first time around, I'm going to be checking out. There are basically 5 spots in town. 2 of them are thrift stores. 3 of them are your antique mall, indoor flea market sort of places that I check out because these are places in my hometown that I can check whenever I want. I've been through all these places several times before. And so usually, like if I'm going into this antique mall that I've been through several times before, I know where the records are that I've already looked through. I'm going to show you some of them just to show you what's there. But really, I'm basically looking to see if there's a new vendor with records that's brand new to me, or the off chance that somebody has restocked their area. Honestly, it's more exciting when you're thrifting in a place that you've never been before because you're going to be more likely to find things that are interesting to you. And hopefully in the future, I will film some of that. But this is sort of my dry run at it. So you're going to see some of the local places I go to, and you're going to see go through lots of records. Most of these records you don't want. Okay, so the first place I'm visiting is Angel's Attic Thrift Store. So this thrift store is closed on Sunday, Monday, opens Tuesday at 11, and the donations from the previous week are on the floor. So this is the most active day. If there's new stuff in media, this is when. Okay, so I'm flipping through the records at Angel's Attic Antique Store. If it seems like I'm flipping through them very quickly, well, I also have my thumb in the way because I'm not very good at recording while I flip through records. But honestly, these are bins that I've all gone through before. Then there's nothing there. And I could pretty much tell that there wasn't any new vinyl here this week. So there's the one I go back to look at. James Cleveland, you didn't see the name. I don't know if that's anybody to get excited about or not. I didn't bother looking him up. Again, if I see something that I should have gotten, let me know. I could probably still find it. There's a cassette with that record that seems very special. And so, yeah, this is a pretty unenthusiastic bin. There's one more crate. I got some Jim Reeves and mystery record, nothing. And yuck. Montavani, Danny Davis. Yeah. Okay, here I'm flipping through the CDs. You're seeing there's actually some pretty decent CDs here, and none of these CDs were here last week. So somebody has dumped off their collection. There's like a Rolling Stones, Best of Fleetwood Mac, like BB King, Muddy Waters. I'm not doing a very good job of showing you what's in the back there. As you can see, there's some stuff that's buyable at $1 a CD. A fairly modern Journey, Faith Hill, Frank Sinatra. Again, not showing you the back very well. Whoever these people are. Oh, there's some Eric Claptons. And a Allman Brothers comp in the very back. I decide that belongs in front. Some Enya, some J.J. Cale. So not too bad. So this is the local Goodwill. I very rarely find any media that's buyable here. Okay, so last week there were a bunch of $1 CDs that our local independent record store had dropped off. They were all gone this week. There was just a very motley assortment of CDs that were left. And as you'll see, the record selection, there's a Bob Ross calendar and a couple of sad records. And that's pretty much it. Not very impressive. Bought nothing. Okay, so the Peddler's Mall is our largest antique mall indoor flea market. This is the place I'm most likely to find records. What I'm really hoping for as I go in today is either that there'll be a new vendor that has records, or the off chance that one of the existing vendors has updated their stock. This is the Donny Osmond crate. And yes, I've looked through this crate before, and there's no wild horses in this crate. Okay, so this small stack of 45s is new. I've never been through this one before. It's going to turn out that they're all for sale for either 50 cents or a dollar. Some of them have the sticker applied on the grooves, which kind of sucks. And they're pretty standard titles, most of them. A little bit awkward to try to film with one hand. That Shangri-La's, I think it's leader of the pack, and I probably should have picked that one up. Maybe I'll go back and get it. So I'm going to end up getting that Earth, Wind, and Fire that's in my hand at the top there on the Columbia label. And then the thing that I don't recognize, but sort of that unusual Pollyanna Records sort of intrigues me in this Michael Brandon record. And it's only 50 cents. And so we'll think about that one. I can't even read that label. And some other standard stuff here. And that's pretty much going to do it for what I'm. Okay, so this bin is just a chaos of old records. There used to be singles that aren't there anymore. DVDs, CDs. Months ago, I liberated Juliana Hatfield and Liz Phair from this terrible collection of CDs. Okay, so this booth is sort of cool. They got an old turntable for sale for $50. I mean, I'm not going to buy it, but hey, they've got a bunch of old cassettes. Over here, look, there's a Belly cassette. Look, yeah, there it is. Belly with Tanya Donnelly. But I don't want it. Oh, and my camera's dying. And there's some crappy CDs, but they've got some pretty cool vinyl over here. I've already picked through it, but let's take a look at what they've got. We're going to see my favorite here shortly. Where's my favorite? There it is. Gotcha, not for sale. You got rickrolled at the flea market. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Isn't that funny? But there's like some weird 12-inch singles, a couple 60s records, Captain Hollywood and JJ Fresh. So Righteous Brothers, it's just random and crazy. Stacy Q, in case you need some freestyle in your life. Lee Oscar, the Marcells, whatever that is. Rick and the Pigs, I don't know what that is. And PM Dawn, and the White Boys. This is some of the most terrible rap you'll ever hear. NRBQ. It's random. If these were. All right, so one of my pet peeves are these vendors that will tie together a bunch of old singles, and you have to buy them all at one price. These are about $20 each. They're generally pretty standard, unenthusiastic titles, and they're oftentimes not in very good condition. There's I think 3 or 4 bundles here. They've been here for months and months. I'm just flipping through them for your benefit. I'm never going to buy any of these records ever. All right, so I'm back in my car. I ended up spending $1.06 there, so I got this Earth, Wind, and Fire from 1979. It's pretty disco-y. And then I did go ahead and pick up this Michael Brandon, Papa Was a Fiddlin' Man, on the Pollyanna Records. It seemed like it was worthy of a 50-cent gamble. My phone doesn't pick up a signal inside the mall, so I'm going to check it out to see what it's worth here. All right, so I look up the Michael Brandon on Discogs. There's only one person that owns the American pressing of it. It's never been sold. Somebody is offering it for sale for $7.99, and I paid 50 cents. Okay, so this is another thing you'll see. So you can see this box full of 100 singles is being offered as a unit. Buy it all for $100. I've searched through this entire box before. There are no killers in here. It's all 50s pop and easy listening. Not really the kind of music I'm into. There's nothing that's valuable from a flipper standpoint. And so the ultimate decision is that I'm going to make is that this box is going to remain here in this antique mall. And then they have a smaller box on the floor over here. You can see they care about their records a lot. They want $35 for this particular box, and it's going to be more or less the same story. A lot of basically 50s hits in here. This one does have some of the 50s cardboard picture sleeves, so I guess it might be okay if this is the kind of music you're into, but I'm not, so I will not be purchasing this particular box either. The first of these $2.50 each singles was Pat Boone, who is the bane of our existence as a record collector. So if I'm on the off chance that you've watched that far, sorry about some of the technical snafus with the sound and all that. I'm new and I've got an old, cheap digital camera that's really not well suited for this job. I ended up spending $1.06 today, so 50 cents each for this Papa Was a Fiddlin' Man, this early 70s country single, which seems to be uncommon. It's never sold on Discogs, but somebody wants $8 for it. This Earth, Wind, and Fire from 1979. I haven't even looked it up yet. I'm assuming it's probably like $1 record that I got for 50 cents. But I'm going to try to improve my abilities in doing this so that when I go out to some places I haven't been before, and it's more likely I'm going to find something exciting, that I can do a halfway good job of you watch me buy old records. And so obviously I'm not as good at as the masters of this yet, but I'm trying. So one day maybe I'll be as cool as Mack Stevens or TUCO or the Back to the Media guy or the Groovin Vintage Vinyl guy.